Good morning, children. Welcome back. In the previous video, we have learned about the what happens when we consume the food. Okay, what digestion process is taken place in the mouth. Okay, then again we have seen which types of teeth are present in our mouth. Then what is the function of tongue and various areas of the tongue. Or there's a taste buds which taste the various types of test. Okay, I hope you have done the activity which I have told you before. Okay, you have to make many solution types of various types of solutions and test them. Okay, and see the various areas of the tongue. Okay, so now the food is come into your mouth. Okay, the conversion of starch is taken place into the sugars. Okay, now the food particle what you have taken is converted into the bolus. Okay, so now this bolus is going to travel into the food pipe. Okay, so what is food pipe or the esophagus? The food pipe passes along the neck and the chest. The swallowed food is pushed down by the movement of walls of the food pipe into the stomach. Okay, so what is going to happen now? The food bolus is going to travel through that pipe. Okay, so how it is going to travel? It is going to travel like a if you have seen what you can say insect, or you can also say the what you can say the earthworm. Okay, so how earthworm what you can say how earthworm walks. See, the earthworm walks like this, correct? Like this it goes forward, correct? So how it is traveling, correct? The same way, the movement of the walls of the pipes, what happens? There's a contraction. Okay, there's a contraction, there's a relaxation, there's a contraction and relaxation, contraction and relaxation. So due to this contraction and relaxation of walls of the food pipe, the swallowed food or the bolus is pushed down into the stomach. Okay, so now what happens in the stomach? The stomach secretes digestive juices, hydrochloric acid, and the mucus. Mucus is a sticky substance which is present in the stomach lining to prevent them from what you can say it does not allow the stomach or the lining to touch each other. Okay, that is known as mucus. The digestive juices breaks down the proteins. Hydrochloric acid makes the medium acidic and kills bacteria which enter along with the food. Okay, so this is a preventive or protective measure taken place into the stomach. Mucus protects the walls of the stomach from the acid, correct? The acid, that is hydrochloric acid, which is released into the stomach is very harmful. So to protect our stomach from this acid, the mucus is present. Okay, and what breakdown is taking place now here? In the mouth, the carbohydrate was broken down. Okay, the carbohydrate was broken down into the sugars, and in the stomach what is happening now? The proteins are broken down into the amino acids. Okay, now the bolus is transferred into the small intestine. The small intestine is a long coiled tube. Okay, coiled means what? It is the the what you can say the mosquito coil, how it is coiled. That's the same way, it is a long coiled tube. It receives secretions from the liver and pancreas. It also secretes digestive juices. The liver is the largest gland in the body. Okay, we have to remember this for MCQs. It is the largest gland in the body. It secretes bile juice which is stored in the gallbladder. It breaks down the fats. Okay, now did you understand? The carbohydrate was broken down into sugars in the mouth. The protein was broken down into amino acid in the stomach, and now the fats are converted into fatty acids in the small intestine with the help of bile juice which is present in the liver. Okay, then the pancreas are present which secrete the pancreatic juices which break down carbohydrates and protein, that is the remaining carbohydrates and proteins, the secondary and tertiary protein carbohydrates and proteins which are remaining, which are not converted are then converted into the small intestine. The intestinal juice completes the digestion of starch into glucose, fats into fatty acids, and glycerol and proteins into amino acids. Okay, the same what I have repeated the 2 to 3 times. Okay, the internal intestinal juices completes the digestion of starch, that is starch is converted into glucose, the fats is converted into fatty acids, the glycerol and the proteins is converted into the amino acids. Okay, see here the diagram is given over there. The first diagram is of food pipe, that is esophagus. Okay, the next is of your small intestine, correct. Then there's a liver and the pancreas over there, and then stomach is present. Okay, the duodenum, that is a small stomach, and then there is a small intestine. Okay, the pink color you can see coiled one is a small intestine. The bile juice, see here, the bile juice from the gallbladder act on the food coming from the stomach to convert its acidic nature into the basic along with the breaking fat globules present in the food. Okay, so there is a liver, and liver consists of, there is a gallbladder present in, and then there is a bile duct. Okay, it converts fat into fatty acids. Next you can see here is a pancreas. Then there's a pancreatic enzymes in the pancreatic juice act on the food, and these enzymes include trypsin and lipase, which convert proteins into, the trypsin converts the proteins into amino acids, and lipase converts the fats into fatty acids. Okay, so here's now the absorption of digested. Okay, so here in the stomach and the small intestine, what has happened, the food is digested, and now what the food is digested must what be absorbed in the body. Okay, so absorption of digested food in the small intestine, what happens there, the digested food is absorbed by the walls of the small intestine. This process is called absorption. The small intestine has several finger-like projections called villi having blood vessels. See the diagram over there. There's a villi. Okay, villi means what? Finger-like projections. The villi helps to increase the surface area for absorption. Lots and lots and lots of folds are present over there, which consist of villi, which increase the surface area for the absorption. Means if you unfold this small intestine, which is coiled up, you can have over 500 to 600 meter of small intestine present in your stomach, in your so small stomach. Okay, so imagine how much it is coiled. The absorbed materials are carried by the blood to the different parts of the body and used by the body. This is called assimilation. Assimilation means what? It is transferring those, or it is carrying the proteins or nutrients what you have consumed into the blood to different parts of the body. Okay, assimilation. The undigested food then passes into the large intestine. Okay, so what the body is not required is passed into the large intestine. Okay, so what is now the large intestine? In large intestine, water and some salts are present. The remaining waste then passes to the rectum and remains there as a fecus. It is removed through the anus from time to time, and this process is known as egestion. Okay, taking in food is known as ingestion. Taking out the food is known as egestion. Okay, you get the difference between them? Okay, correct. So here we have completed the human digestive system. Okay, where we consume the carbohydrates, proteins and fats, which are converted into the simpler substances, and then there are the absorption and the assimilation process takes place, and then what the body doesn't require is transferred to the large intestine, and then there takes place the excretion process, or we can say the egestion process. Okay children, so in next video we are going to see what the ruminants do and how they digest their food. Okay, thank you children.